What's up, family? It's your boy, your Urban Sports Guru. I just want to hit y'all up. Week 1 is here. Football is officially here. And based off last night's game, I expect to see some sloppy football, but I expect to see some good football as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little disappointed in the Falcons. A little disappointed that they still can't punch in the red zone. I'm a little disappointed with Matt Ryan. I mean, for the life of me, just look off Julio and throw it to some of these other guys. I mean, you went and drafted Calvin Ridley, #1, and then you don't throw him the damn ball. Somebody got to make me understand that. But here are my Week 1 picks. First game, Pittsburgh at Cleveland. I'm taking Pittsburgh. Cleveland's going to be a much better team. I think Cleveland might win 6 games this year. It's not going to happen Week 1, though. Not going to happen. I do expect it to be a tough game, though. I do. Le'Veon or no Le'Veon, I just think Pittsburgh has too much offensively. But I will say this. I think the world is going to see how good that Cleveland defense could be. Myles Garrett is a problem. Myles Garrett's going to be, I expect a big fucking year out of him. Only thing that makes me wonder about that Cleveland defense, and I saw certain tendencies from that last year, their defensive coordinator is Greg Williams, who's the same guy who was defensive coordinator in New Orleans during Bounty Gate. Pay attention to the hits that Cleveland's delivering on people. I saw some things last year I didn't like. Just pay attention to that. I'm just going to put that out there. Pay attention. I hope history's not repeating itself. All right. San Francisco at Minnesota. Now, I've told you I watched the videos. Y'all know I got Minnesota being my #1 seed in the National Football Conference. Minnesota just loaded top to bottom, both sides of the ball, good special teams, and now you got a good quarterback to go with it. I love Kirk Cousins as far as regular season. I like Jimmy Garoppolo very much, but I don't think he alone is going to be able to mask all those deficiencies with that team. That team won 1 football game before Jimmy Garoppolo started starting. 1 football game against my last year's sorry-ass Giants. That's it. That is all. You know what I'm saying? So, having a great quarterback can mask a lot of deficiencies of the football team. I've said that before, but it can't mask all the deficiencies, especially when you're going against a team that is so far superior talent-wise and has a quarterback. So, and more so than Kirk Cousins, this game is going to be the Dalvin Cook show. Mark my words. I don't think San Francisco's defense, although they got Richard Sherman, and I want to see Richard Sherman do well this year. I really do. I don't think their defense is where it needs to be to really thrive in the NFC, because there's so many great defenses in the NFC. So many. It's not even funny. NFC's loaded. But I'm taking Minnesota in that one. It's going to be the Dalvin Cook show. Mark my words. Cincinnati at Indianapolis. I'm rolling with the Bengals. And I'm rolling with the Bengals because Andrew Luck just has not had the reps. And they're going to have to show me that A, that they can protect him, and B, that they can run the football. Cincinnati has shored up things with the offensive line, getting the left tackle, and they just got a plethora of weapons on offense. A plethora of weapons. I think Cincinnati wins a pretty good scoring game in this one. Maybe sloppy at first, but then the touchdowns will come from both teams, and Cincinnati will win. I do think Andrew Luck, by late October, will start looking like Andrew Luck, but not Week 1. Tennessee at Miami. I have 0 faith in the Miami Dolphins. Zero. Because Miami is such a beautiful place, they'll never have a problem accumulating talent. But as far as winning games consistently year after year, I just don't see it. They can easily be #2 in that division. They can easily be #4 in that division. I have 0 faith in the Miami Dolphins, none whatsoever. Then you have Tennessee. Tennessee was a playoff team last year. They have a new coach in Mike Vrabel. I'm not a big fan of Marcus Mariota. For Tennessee to go to the playoffs this year and dispel what I see and what other people see, Derrick Henry is going to have to rush for 1,400 yards. And I like Derrick Henry. I know I'm a fan, roll tide, but he's going to have to rush for 1,400 yards. He does that, then they could be a playoff team. Starts today. Miami can't really stop the run. I'm picking Tennessee. Houston at New England. Now, I picked Houston to be a very, very good team this year. I picked them to go to the playoffs. I think Houston's going to win that division. Top to bottom, I think they're better. They're better than New England. But week 1 in New England, Tom Brady, Bill Belichick. Ugh, damn. That's schedule makers did not do them no favors. Schedule makers did not do them any favors, and Bill O'Brien against Bill Belichick has not fared well against his teacher. I mean, Bill O'Brien's been the only Belichick disciple who's done anything. The only one. All the rest of them haven't done shit. I'm going to go Houston. With a gun in my head, I'm going to go Houston. My brain says New England, but it can happen. That's Kansas City. They went there with no defense last year, and they just outscored them. Can Deshaun Watson come week 1 put on a show like that? That's the question. I'm going to go with Houston. I already said it. I'm going with Houston. Tampa Bay at New Orleans. There's nothing to talk about. Tampa Bay is going to go 2-14, maybe 3-13. New Orleans is stacked, and they're in New Orleans. That's one of the toughest places to play. New Orleans, that game's not going to be close. Jacksonville at my New York motherfucking Giants. I am picking my New York motherfucking Giants. Now, let me tell you why. This is not me being a homer. Let me just look at it from a football perspective. Yes, Olivier Verner's not playing, and the pass rush is going to be a question even with Olivier Verner playing. But I just look at it like this. Jacksonville's defense is very stout. Very, very stout. I'm not taking anything away from them. They got good corners on both sides, and Ndakwe, the other defensive end that they have, is primed for a big season, and we all know what Calais Campbell brings to the table. The right side of my offensive line, Patrick Omame, whatever his name is, and of course Eric fucking Flowers. I know how I feel about him. I'm not really looking forward to that matchup. However, we got Belcher, our defensive coordinator, going up against Blake Bortles. Blake Bortles lost both of his top receivers and his top tight end. Now, they did get Andrew Noel from Carolina, which could help the run game. But here's the thing. They got nobody on the outside. They have nobody. Fuck that shit. They have nobody. Load up that box and make Blake Bortles beat you. You have one of the better corners in the league in Jackrabbit. Then you have a young promising corner, in Eli Apple. Put those two guys against whoever they want to put out at receiver, whoever the fuck they want to put out there. Y'all on the island, we shutting down Leonard Fournette. I expect a tough game because of that. Only thing that concerns me with Blake Bortles, I remember we went to Jacksonville a couple of years ago, and this is when we had Jason Pierre-Paul. Even though Jason Pierre-Paul was a very good run defender, one thing he could not do, he could not defend read option. And they ran read option against him, right directly to him, and he had Blake Bortles looking like Michael Vick, and that shit pissed me the fuck off. So that's one thing that does concern me, but I'm taking my Giants. Too many weapons offensively. Even if, you got two corners, you still got Ingram and Saquon. We got Saquon, baby. I'm rolling with my Giants on this one. Buffalo at Baltimore. I know some of the Baltimore fans are going to be pissed because they're going to look at me, but you said, nah, I don't think Baltimore's going to the playoffs. I don't think Baltimore's going to be better than Cincinnati. But guess what? Y'all going to beat the Buffalo Bills at home. Buffalo Bills are going to have the worst. They're going to go 2-14, 3-13, some shit like that. So you get to start off the season against a team like that. That's good mojo. You're going to start off good early. You'll beat Buffalo. I have no confidence. Nate Peterman. But the thing is, Nate Peterman needs to play because guess what? Josh Allen need to hold a clipboard right now. That's what needs to happen. KC at the Chargers. I expect a high-scoring game. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see how good Patrick Mahomes is, but god damn it, my Super Bowl pick for the AFC is the Chargers. And Chargers going to let everybody know. It's going to let everybody know that these motherfuckers are for real. Chargers going to win this game. Seattle at Denver. This is my upset special. I'm picking Seattle. I'm picking Seattle, and it scares me because their offensive line is terrible, and you got Bradley Chubb to go with Von Miller. It does scare me. But I think Russell Wilson makes enough plays in a very ugly-looking game, to win. Even though Seattle's defense is not going to be what it used to be because they lost so many players or whatever. But I'm just not convinced in Denver's offense. Case Keenum's not a bad quarterback. That he doesn't have the things that he had in Minnesota. I don't expect the offense to be that well. Washington at Arizona. This is a transition year for Arizona, and it's sad because I think they have a very stout defense when they want to play. But they lost the defensive coordinator to us in New York. And it's a transition year. Come next year, Josh Rosen, I like y'all very much. This year, y'all in transition. And Washington is going to be able to move the football. Going to be able to move the football pretty well. And AP is going to want some get back. So I'm taking Washington. Dallas at Carolina. This is not me hating on the Dallas Cowboys. I just think the Carolina defense is very stout, especially when you put them to do one solid thing. Stop Zeke. One thing. Stop Zeke. Similar to Jacksonville. One thing. Stop Leonard for that. They got one job. Stop Zeke. I'm taking Carolina. Chi-Town at Green Bay. Yes, the Chi-Town defense, I expect them to be very, very good this year. They were top 10 last year. Sneaky good. This is before adding Roquan Smith, who I think is going to be a problem, and now Khalil Mack. Defensively, they're going to be really, really good for the next couple of years. Here's the problem. I'm not sold on Mitchell Trubisky. This is the year he's going to have to sell. I need to see it. I need to see it. And for game one in Green Bay, I don't give a shit. I'm going with Aaron Rodgers. Oakland at Los Angeles Rams. I don't think the Rams defense is going to be that good early, putting all those new pieces together. But come later in the season, I expect them to be that good because they have so much talent. And a great defensive coordinator, Wade Phillips. There's certain guys that are better coordinators than they are head coaches. Wade Phillips is that guy. As a coordinator, you give him all that talent. Come October, I expect to see that defense look lights out. But Oakland's too one-sided. They're too one-sided. They'll score some points, but the Rams will make enough plays defensively to win this game. And offensively, they'll score because Oakland can't stop nobody. And last but not least, we got the Jets at Detroit. Only the Lions will lose this game. Only the Lions. I'm taking the Jets. It's not me being home for New York because this is a game they should win. You got a $100 million quarterback making a ton of money. He's got some weapons. You got some talent on defense. And you got a new coach. But nobody seems to be on the correct page. Nobody. The offense seemed to be, thought was going to have continuity. Doesn't have it. And the defense got all this shit going on, and they don't know what the fuck they're doing. I'm rolling with the Jets. I love Todd Bowles. I really love him and respect him as a coach. I think they go in there on Monday night and they get a victory. So those are my picks. Tell me I'm wrong if you think I'm wrong. Instagram, thank you for the like, thank you for the follow. YouTube, make sure you hit the like, make sure you hit subscribe. It's your boys, me, your urban sports guru. If you disagree, holla at me. Tell me what you disagree with and tell me why. Alright? It's your boy, Guru. I'm out. Salute.